Hello and welcome into the PHNX Mercury show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's #1 sportsbook app. I'm Corbin, as always, joined by the amazing Aaliyah and the awesome Mallory. Ladies, how are we doing tonight?
Man, so much is happening in the sports world right now. I feel like, especially with Phoenix, we have all the tea for you tonight, and I'm excited to get started for sure.
I mean, yeah, no better timing for Skylar Diggins-Smith to shake up the X Factor than 5 minutes before we go live. So excited to get all into it.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm pumped. Who won? I'm confused.
Oh, we went because Chris
We,
didn't know whether to watch the PHNX Sun Show or us. I told her, have them both open. I think Isaiah says he has them open in both tabs. We love that, supporting everyone in the PHNX fam.
Always.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm glad that there's so much PHNX love going on right now. Hello, Elizabeth, Chris, Isaiah. This is awesome. Yeah, we got some tea. Where do we want to start first then? Are we want to go to like the breaking news, the hottest of tea?
Yeah, I think we should. So basically, 5 minutes ago, Skylar Diggins-Smith quote tweeted Vanessa Nygaard, the Mercury coach, talking about Diana Taurasi not being an all-star. And I think that this could be taken a few different ways. Obviously, we see the clown emoji there. I don't know if she's talking about Coach being a clown, which is obviously very controversial, or if she's talking, about, Diana Taurasi not being an all-star, that's clown behavior. I don't know.
I'm gonna let Leah go first, please.
I think there's a dual meaning behind it. I think that she is definitely saying that Diana should be there. She's definitely an all star and she deserves that spot, especially with the fact that, like, this is Sue's last all star. Obviously, her and Diana, like, their careers are in conjunction. So I think that's really important that Diana should be on the court. But also, I mean, I don't think we've been the quietest or anyone has been the quietest with their unsatisfaction with the coaching this year. So I think there's definitely some duality behind that clown mask. Not sure who exactly she intended it for. Maybe we'll find out in the future, but I think it's a little bit above.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Mercury, Twitter, X Factors. I'm just looking at my news feed right now on Twitter, and everyone's freaking out. So let us know in the chat what you think about the tweet. Who is Skylar Diggins-Smith calling a clown? And is she the next one out if she feels that way about Coach? And should we get into the Tina Charles thing next? I don't know.
I think that's I'm with you. I hope that this all the tea right now with funny that Lindsay mentions the Mercury locker room culture, but I think that clown emoji does have some double meaning. I would hate it to be some friction with Coach, but as Aaliyah already brought out, we've brought on the show. It's been no shortage of concerns with Coach Nygaard, so it could be kind of a double meaning there. And if you look at it, like if I'm Skylar and I'm listening to that soundbite, she's basically saying in support of Diana Taurasi that this isn't an all-star game. There's just a game in Chicago since Diana's not there. But if I'm Skylar Diggins-Smith, I made the all-star team. Like I'm there. Like, can you not help assist? Like, can you put me on the side and like say this is like mostly not a game? Like, why you call me out like that? So I would be offended as well, even if I'm assuming that you are standing up for Diana, which we all support. Historically speaking, she should be there. But like, there, I'm an all-star. I play for the Mercury. Where is the love? So I could see. I would hope that that's not like just the aggression. Oh, my coach is a clown. But I could see how that could be because, yeah, I mean, the connotation there's not great. But I mean, this is just one, like you said, Mallory, one notch in a few we have with the Mercury in recent days. Just 5 days ago, Tina Charles. We're going to bring her up, the elephant in the room, the star free agent or the star acquisition through trade, and former MVP announced that they were parting ways. Well, the Mercury announced it as an immediate contract divorce. Jim Pittman said in a statement, after discussions with Tina and her agent, it was best for both parties to go our separate ways at this time. Due to circumstances both in and out of our control, our season has not gone according to plan, and we will continue to pursue all avenues for improvement. And then, of course, Coach Nygaard declined to discuss the reasons behind the separation, but said it was best for both parties and that the team is ready to move forward. And so just like that, Charles was no longer a Phoenix Mercury. Almost within a couple of hours, signed with the Seattle Storm, has already played a game with them. Josh is coming for me already. We're going to handle that in a second. But real quick, no, I'm not ducking no. Okay,
yes,
no, we're not. Josh, wait up. Okay, before we even get there, let me throw to y'all. How do we feel about Tina Charles and the departure? What were your immediate thoughts? And then I'm gonna respond to you, Josh. We have a segment for you.
Okay. I don't know. It's giving diversion, but whatever. We can.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's fine. That's okay. Yeah, no, obviously I think I texted you and was like, what is happening? I'm like running out the door, heading to work, and this is just pops up on my phone. I think part of me is like, you don't give up on a team like that. Every team goes through their rough years. There's so many different factors affecting this team that she, as someone who's been a professional athlete for so long and knows how, seasons can go, shouldn't have left like that. But at the same time, I'm like, she's realistically coming to the end of her career. She's proven herself. She knows her worth, and she should get to play out the rest of her years on a team that's set and together and not a team that she has to be the veteran leader of and like make sure that she's out there like putting her physical and emotional like body on the line every single night, every single game. So I totally get it why you would switch to a team like Seattle or somewhere that's more established and just has a little bit better foundation than the Mercury do right now. So I'm kind of on the fence. I'm definitely more in favor of her just doing what's best for her and doing what she thinks that she deserves for herself. But also like I said, just every team has its up and downs, and I would like to see a little bit more loyalty, but at the same time, it's not like she's an OG Mercury that's been here for a really long time either. But it definitely plays to the like Skylar tweet. Is there something more behind the scenes? Also, why have we been playing so well since she left? Was like there's some toxicity within that situation, or is this just like the that the team needed to kind of start blending together? I don't know.
Yeah, I think there may have been some, locker room toxicity going on, like you mentioned, Aaliyah, because I don't know, just the reaction that we saw after the first win without Tina Charles and everything. We saw Sophie Cunningham. Mixed feelings about how she reacted there after the game. But at the same time, I get where Sophie is coming from, because when you think about it, Tina Charles did quit on her team. And, I'm a big believer in stick things out, don't quit. She didn't request a trade, anything like that. She basically quit. She terminated her contract and went to a team that she thought would be better. So I don't know. I mean, if someone doesn't want to be there, they're going to bring the locker room culture down. And I think obviously it's helped because we've won 3 in a row.
There you go. Yeah, that's true. I kind of have the same feeling. If she wants to go, let her. Okay, well, bye. Got to keep moving what you have and figure it out. Been playing Motivate ever since. Let's go. Very true. I think both parties kind of benefit from this. I get it. I mean, I was stunned and shocked and a little dismayed that Tina was so quick to go. I also agree, Chris, some character points were lost. I'm not above, leaving a losing team to join a winner, personally. If I'm on a sinking ship, no, I'll let me upgrade you, Beyonce anyway. I'll move on up. But
aren't you still a Lakers fan though?
Yes, but that's because we're not gonna talk about that right now. Stop calling for me right now, okay? Anyways, going back. I do think that while I understand what Tina did there, yeah, if there's dissension, there's some issues. Like, listen, I could get out while the getting's still good. There's a team that needs me in a much better position. I love the vibes, peace. Sure, right? At the same time, yeah, it doesn't look great when we looked upon you as one of our key members to kind of dig us out of this. And not dig us out of this, but be a leader, be one of the better players. And for you to be like, oh, no, I'm good. And then for the Mercury to respond playing better and more enthused without you is kind of a shocker. I tweeted this when it came out, for her tenure in Phoenix, 17 points per game, 7 rebounds, 2 assists over 16 games. She was third on the team in points, second in rebounds. But she did have 4 times under 10 points a game this season. And at times, you could tell, oh my goodness, at times you could tell that she was annoyed or irritated that she wasn't getting the ball in her sweet spots. I think that she probably assumed, and I mean, we can't really discuss, like, I guess how much of this is true, but without having Brittany Griner there, maybe she could play more inside. There was so many times that she tried to flash it inside, didn't get the ball, and ended up being like a screen and pop player, which isn't necessarily her style of play. But I don't know. Ultimately, yeah, I get why she did it. I'm with you guys, but no, you don't win. You're not a Higglytown hero for that. Sucks.
Do you guys have any thoughts on like Diana not being named an All-Star? Like, how do you agree, disagree? How are we feeling about that?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Mallory go first because I got thoughts.
I definitely disagree to some extent, but also agree to some extent because, I mean, her numbers haven't been like consistent. I feel like she's had ups and downs in terms of scoring throughout the season, but then again, she is the GOAT. We call her the GOAT for a reason. And like I said last week or the week before, I think, she'll still be out there. And it's in Chicago this year, right? I think she'll still be out there in Chicago, part of All-Star Weekend in some way. They need her there. It's Sue Bird's last year. She has to be part of it one way or another.
I would agree with Mallory. I want to catch any heat for this, but I did not think that she deserved to be there. I think that in recent games, she has raised her numbers. Like, if you look at her numbers now, her scoring, her assist, her 3-point percentage are all more in line with the career averages. Her field goal percentage is down, but like defensively, kind of been a nightmare. Offensively, if her 3-point shot is going in, then she looks really good out there still. And lately, we've seen her been on some really hot streaks. She had 27 points. Two games ago against Indiana, and knocked down like 6 of 12 from 3. Like, when she's able to knock down her outside shot, it really frees her. But I mean, at the end of the day, she's a player in her 40s that is playing a position where the Mercury need a lot more out of her than, let's say, another 40-year-old in Sue Bird has to give to the Storm. And so she's succeeded in later weeks, but no, I think early on she was struggling. I think if you look at Skylar Diggins-Smith, her performance the entire season has mostly been above par, and I think that Diana Taurasi has definitely, started to lift it back up, but nosedive. Josh, it's funny that you bring up Kobe because I was going to compare it to Kobe. She should be in the game as a legend. Yes. If we're talking about is she able to be there as deserving an All-Star? No. I mean, right now, how many All-Star snubs are in the WNBA as compared to the NBA? Like, they were able to make roles. Kobe was voted in by the fans, right? There should have been a spot for Diana Taurasi to have maybe had more leeway that way, whereas a legend. But we don't know if she's retiring, so it wasn't like we could do the Sylvia Fowles, Sue Bird. Okay, they're going in because there's their last kind of hurrah. And if we look by the numbers, you know what I mean? And if you look at the record, until recently. So I get you, but I don't know. Let's just say I'm not upset that she's not there. If she had made it, I'd have been happy. She didn't make it. I'm not shocked. I'm just like, oh, I thought she would have, but she didn't.
But Josh brings up that point. It just kind of reminds me of, Dwayne Wade and Dirk Nowitzki's last year in the NBA and how they weren't voted in by fans, but Adam Silver gave them a spot in All-Star Weekend anyway. But at the same time, you don't know if this is Diana Taurasi's last year. So, maybe the W commissioner wasn't able to do that because of that reason. But that just made me think of that when Josh said it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's an excellent point. I was thinking the same. You're right. It's so much about, we don't know about her future, and I guess the commissioner decided not to. Skylar Diggins-Smith is money, Diana Taurasi's gold. Yeah, that's a really good one. I don't know. Leah, what were you definitely think DT should have just been there?
Yeah, I think I kind of just echoing what Josh said about the whole Kobe comparison. I think out of respect for all that she's done for women's basketball, for the league, for this team especially, I agree this hasn't been her greatest year, but I mean, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists as averages for this season so far, especially with we've only won 8 games. Like, I think that's pretty good stats overall, like as one of the oldest players in the league. So yeah, I think out of that just respect for everything that she's done for the game itself, she should be there. It's like I said before, Sue's last year, their two careers probably wouldn't happen without the other. So yeah, I think out of respect for who she is as a player and as a person, she deserves to have a spot on the court. And I think also what Josh said is like, if she would just tell us her plans and not kind of keep everything so secret, this would be easier to plan out and kind of like decide on, right? Like now that Sue's announced her retirement, we know it's coming. We know kind of how to play out the rest of the season. Whereas Diana's just, she does what she wants. She's the definition of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's kind of where we're at. We just need her for the sound bites of Stu. Absolutely, Chris. I think, like Mallory said, there'll be some integration of Diana there, in some way, shape, or form that'll be enjoyable. Yeah, having her on the floor would be nice for a couple of threes, but it's fine. More rest for Diana, I think, is necessary. We can spin this positively. The Mercury have a very strong second half. And they're going to need Diana Taurasi a lot more. So give her the rest that a couple days will do. And we know Coach Nygaard's not giving her the rest on the court. She's trying, but the point being, we need her out there. So there's a way to spin it. Lay off. I'm sure Taurasi's going to be okay with that. I don't see her complaining. So, I mean, she's not on really social media much. But yeah, that's what I have there. But yes, that's fun. I mean, it was a very spicy week, off the court. But on the court, the Mercury been cooking. They've been cooking. We're going to get into I didn't mean to say cooking. We're going to get to that in a little bit here. But first, make sure y'all join the action on the court. Season's well underway with DraftKings Sportsbook. Turn the Mercury's victory into your own big win. If you haven't noticed, they have been on a bit of a win streak. Talk about it in a second. But new customers can bet just $5 on any team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. Really super simple. If they win, you win. What's funny? I haven't done it yet. I'm going to. I've said this, DraftKings Sports, but I did download the app. I messed around, loved the flashy design, the interface. Really cool. Really so simple. But I need to eat, and I chose Five Guys. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm set back a little bit. But had I decided to use that money, I could have made a little bit on Diana Taurasi going ham the last couple of games. Aaliyah, did you have a recent DraftKings experience, or you've been kind of just Jack Harlow in it?
You know what?
I'm sorry.
You know what? I almost fell for it. No, I haven't had the opportunity. I've been busy saving for this tour.
First class. There you go.
Class over to Seattle, maybe. Maybe Tina had the right idea here, because I don't know.
Ooh, okay. What you getting at? Okay. X Factor all day, exactly. X Factor, get on with DraftKings Sportsbook, because you can also bet on WNBA hoops with same game parlays. So you can combine multiple bets from the same game, get a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you win. It's like double or nothing, except you keep doubling up and you just keep winning, like Oreo double stuffed cookies or something. I don't know. I'm hungry. Sorry. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Things aren't going well. That's fine. You get a take back. It's like grade school again. So that's possible. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Now use the promo code PHNX. Bet $5 on the Mercury to win, because they are on a 3-game win streak. It's almost like we said they were going to go undefeated. And get $200 in free bets if they do. If they win, you win with the promo code PHNX this week at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and older, Arizona only. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only, minimum $5 deposit. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. All right, so let's get to the Mercury, who have been just killing it. They have been smoking. There we go. That's a better word. They ended up taking revenge against the Wings, beating them 83-72 this past Saturday. And then in a 2-game set against the Fever, both at home, they won both games. First by a margin of 12, 83-71. Then they went and won by even more, winning 99-78. So, Josh Stradamus with the undefeated prediction. Josh, there you go, man. Listen, I feel like I gotta listen back. Maybe I walked it back. I thought you're right. Actually, Josh, I'm not going on your side. You called me out. Anyways, going back to the Mercury. Real quick, 3-0. This past week. What do we think about this win streak? Are we hyped about what we've been seeing so far. Obviously, Skylar Diggins been strong. Taurasi been playing better. We've seen more improved grittiness in front court play. Are we kind of in the middle because it's Dallas and Indiana? Kind of, what are we thinking about the Mercury and their recent streak?
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously any win and any win streak is amazing. Chris saying it was fire there last night. X Factor definitely on Twitter was just saying that it was electric at the game last night. So excited to see that, but at the same time, like you said, it's Dallas and Indiana. It's not like they're the top ranked teams in the league right now, and neither are we. So I think it was good to see kind of player chemistry, court chemistry, all of that starting to come together, and seeing everybody playing for each other, and just like the bench being excited and, running out after big plays, and like all of that camaraderie stuff that's really important for a successful team. At the end of the day, though, I'm still not seeing that chemistry between the coaching and the team, if that makes sense, right? Like if you're watching, who are the players looking to for direction, that shouldn't be the veteran players, right? That should be the coaches on the bench. So I hope that this momentum can pick up and continue forward, and that our veteran players are just good enough to kind of play that dual role. But at the same time, obviously that responsibility shouldn't be on their shoulders. So we want the momentum. I really like the additions of Gray and Sims. I think, Rashonda, is that how you say her name? I'm not sure. Had a huge impact in that last game against Indiana. So I really like that we're starting to see the bench being used a little bit more, especially because, like I've said in past shows, I don't want our older players and our starters to get so exhausted by the end of the season that they're either starting to get hurt or just aren't able to play a full 40 minutes and aren't going to be able to keep up in kind of those key games that are coming up against really, really strong teams. So, and, no, not making any predictions, not jinxing anything. If playoffs do come around, we're going to want everyone to be, in tip-top shape. Josh saying, what does Coach Nygaard need to do to connect with the players? Divorce is always an option, apparently. I don't know.
Wow.
No,
okay.
I definitely on the Mallory mentality now. I think we need someone with a little bit more W experience. I think you have too good of a roster to just throw away, in a sense. And, as I've tweeted and as a lot of other people have said, the Mercury organization as a whole has seen a huge amount of turnover, both in the front office and the admin side and the coaching side. So there's definitely something going on that's not a cohesive, like, productive environment for people to work in. Lauren saying, I think their defense is something that stuck out. They're playing with more intensity. Hopefully it sticks out. I actually agree. Like, things on the floor are starting to clean up. I just don't know if it's a result of good coaching.
I mean, I have to agree there. I don't want to say I saw it coming, but I feel like I've been saying this for a while now, and we're starting to see it. Was that the reason Tina left? Is Skylar Diggins-Smith really mad right now and calling her coach a clown? I think, Vanessa, you need to go.
Wow. Hey, Elizabeth, I'm with you. Yeah, exactly. I'm still on. Actually, I can't say that. I'm not on the Nygaard train per se. My parents seem more civil. Wow, Josh. Okay, his parents are. Well, that's good. I understand. I'm sure Tina Charles, it will be okay as well. I mean, like Aaliyah said, it'll be easier for some. I don't know. I think a way to connect with your players is maybe not ostracize one of them while praising another, incidentally or otherwise. I think just being careful with your words. Take it from me. Like I say, I try to be thoughtful when I speak, and I'm sure all of us try to do the same thing. And try not to put our foot in our mouth. And I think that's what Nygaard could not do. I agree to any moment, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I just think right now, I think that she keeps putting the stay of any type of movement while they're winning. Then again, listen, I just had the Mercury at a higher tier. Now, of course, when the season came in, I thought they might have been like a notch below the Sky, the Aces, the Sun, the Storm. Now I realize, they're like more definitely in the middle toward the lower tier, but I still never put them in the boat of the Lynx, the Fever, or the wings. So for them to win those games, I want to say I expected it. I'd have been more disappointed had they not won. I'm glad they won in such dominant fashion. I'm also glad that they seem to put a little more of the offensive load. It seems more tailored now towards Skylar Diggins-Smith to initiate and create shots, and then playing off of that instead of trying to get Diana going and then everyone else around there. So I do like that. And then the defense has picked up as well. Again, we're talking about two offenses that weren't super. I mean, Dallas' offense has been pretty good, but Indiana's has been kind of hit or miss. And so that's why I'm not like super hyped. I think what I want to see is they have a couple of upcoming games that are going to be more tough. I'm not saying I want to see them win those games, but I definitely want to see them kind of play with the same intensity, play with the same type of fire, that same type of connectivity that we've seen in these last 3 games, for me to see if it's not just a desert mirage and like it's actually the way the Mercury play now, or if it's the Mercury can get it together against teams that are like well below their level. But if you're at the level or above, we've seen teams do that before. So I'm guessing I'm hedging, but that's where I'm at. It's like cautious optimism. But looking ahead, before we do, actually, let's do our awards first before we look ahead, because it just makes sense. Then we'll talk about cooking and why we're not cooking right now. But looking at our PHNX Player of the Week award and Hustle Player of the Week award, shout out to Aya Abdeen, our writer, our part of the team in that department. Her nomination for the Player of the Week is Skylar Diggins-Smith, and her Hustle Player of the Week goes to Breonna Turner for stepping up in Charles' position. I think that is very, very solid and agree 100% with that. So much so that I'm also stealing it. I'm just kidding, Aya. Although I'm very close. I'm going to take Skylar Diggins-Smith because come on now. Stepping up off, though, I'm going to give credit to the entire bench. I think that the bench have done a really good job of coming in. You mentioned Rashonda Gray and others coming in and just filling integral roles. It's not going to show up on the stat sheet in a major way, but whether it's taking moments, yes, Josh, yes. Whether it's, taking up key moments, getting rebounds, it's the little things between the margins to help a team win. And this bench has done that very much so, I think, in this past week. Aya's honorable mentions were Diana Taurasi for stepping up in her leadership. And also, get this, ladies, Vanessa Nygaard for making smart moves like inserting Shea Petty the starting lineup and Diamond DeShields to come off the bench. And that's actually really, really good. I did not think about that, but DeShields has been flourishing coming off the bench recently, being more aggressive on both the offensive and defensive end, and Shea Petty fits in either way. So, shout out to Coach Nygaard.
Is that really a amazing coaching decision, or just like that's what you should do? That's kind of how it works. But anyway, I am going to echo Aya's picks though with or was it your picks, Corbin? I don't remember. But Skylar Diggins-Smith for Player of the Week, and then literally everyone else for Hustle, because I feel like these 3 games were just integral. Everyone was playing for each other, and especially the bench came out, and it was nice to see. I will say Nygaard utilized the bench a little bit more. Chris saying freaking Petty, loved watching her live. Yes, she's great. I think also kind of back to what you said about I can't imagine inheriting this team with the BG situation. That's absolutely true. The team obviously just got another big hit. Her trial starts tomorrow, I believe, the 1st, and her detainment was extended 6 more months. So, not the best news. The news that I was personally expecting, but just obviously nothing that we want to hear, and we want her home as soon as possible. So that's definitely something that's hard to come in the middle of. So I will give Nygaard that little bit of a break for sure. But yeah, those are my picks.
Like it.
I am also going Skylar Diggins-Smith as my Player of the Week. And, Chris brought up a good point. So I'm switching my Hustle player to Shea Petty because she really stepped up last night's game with 13 points. We had 7 players in double figures yesterday, which is great, which is the Mercury team we should be seeing every night, like we've been saying all season. This is a great roster. Everyone should be performing at the highest level, and I feel like we kind of saw a glimpse of that for a second last night.
Yeah, I think that's true. And Lauren says good choices. Bree's working very hard, playing out of position, playing well. It's a lot on her. I agree. We've seen her traditionally, line up alongside Griner in the past, and even Charles for the most part here. This is very much like 2020, that bubble season where she was, the dominant woman in the paint, playing that role. And even then it gave the Mercury, some more flexibility and some more space in the offensive end, but defensively it is a lot to manage when you play against, the big ones every other week. Josh says we're still doing drip of the week too. Yeah, we got that. We got to clarify. We're about to get right to that. Don't worry about it. We got to clarify some misnomers that were out in the tweeting sphere by one of our lovely but misguided co-hosts. I'm sorry, it's Celia. I'll call her out later. We got some smoke here. We got to handle that. We're gonna get to the drip of the week and all that. But real quick, we got a player of the week. We got a hustle player of the week. We got to look toward next week. What are we thinking about the Mercury? They play Saturday. They play Monday, and they play probably around the time we record on Thursday. Saturday will be against Saturday will be against the Sky. That's gonna be a fun one. ESPN, 10 a.m. Then they play the Sparks on Monday, and then the Liberty on Thursday. What are we thinking about these games, and what are we rather looking for from the Mercury in these games?
I just want to see this momentum continue. I think they're coming off a really good winning streak. So if they can just like we said this whole time, I don't really care about the win or loss at this point. I just want to see this team continue to come together and continue to play for each other, continue to beef up their defense that looked really good last night, kind of just bring that power, like Mallory said, that we know all of these amazing players on this roster can bring, and that's going to be a win in my book.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game against the Sky, not just because we have a sister station in Chicago. Shout out CHGO Sky. Looking forward to bantering with them on Twitter again. But also, we were in that game with the Sky last time we played them. So I think with our new mentality, our Corbin mentality, I guess, we can definitely beat the Sky. So that's the game I'm looking forward to the most.
There you go, Mallory. That core mentality. I love it. You love to see it. Exactly. I'm hyped for that as well. Chris looking for me on Discord. I'm gonna sound really bad for asking this, but are we talking about the PHNX Discord?
Yes, Corbin. Aaliyah and I joined it this week, finally. Where are you?
Your boy needs to get on it, and your boy will get on it, Chris. So you'll find me real soon. Okay? Because I was wondering, I saw it, I was like, oh, Discord, what? No. What is that? Where did they do that at? No, I will be on there as well. I'm sure it's the most lit place to be. I'm excited to join. But yeah, I think I'm going to take from both of y'all. That's why I went last, taking points from the two great ones here in Aaliyah and Mallory. I'm hoping to see some consistency, and I'm definitely hoping to see we match up again against the Sky, because that first matchup was closer than it appeared. It did go down to the wire, and now you have some more confidence, I think there is some more continuity, hopefully, here. If Skylar Diggins-Smith and this perceived rift between her and Coach Nygaard doesn't threaten to derail all that was going on. And then we see, some Mercury kick butt, and bomb threes and play good defense. And we just get a tough game as a Showtime game on ESPN Saturday morning, get my Cocoa Puffs. It's going to be a great day. So I'm really looking forward to that for sure. But yeah, okay. So now we got to talk about this real quick, because this nasty rumor made its way around. It's from one of our shows. I want to say toward the end of June. I have a tweet here. Yeah. So we were talking about mashed potatoes a while back. I know y'all remember ranch mashed potatoes and whether it was a good idea or not. And I was talking about the buffalo and all of that and everything. And then we kind of talked about us maybe possibly doing some cooking if the Mercury had won their game against the Lynx. Now, I don't know how the terms and agreements of this disappeared, but we didn't win that game, okay? We didn't win that game, all right? So that went away. I didn't bring it up, but nobody pretended like it didn't happen. The very next win, June 26th, well, the day after, I get a tweet from Aaliyah, just flaming me, which she's been doing publicly on Twitter. Mercury won yesterday. Does that mean we're officially having a cook-off next week? I'm sorry. I said we'd have a cook-off if we beat the Lynx, which did not happen. So then, of course, I have to defend myself. So I go, we said we beat the Lynx, we would have the mashed potatoes, and we didn't. I think we should get to 2 in a row. So then Aaliyah goes and says, sounds like you're scared to lose. Ma'am, the show is recorded. Listeners, the show is recorded. You can hear my words. I spoke the truth. I'm not backing down, but we didn't complete the assignment. And it didn't the assignment.
So listen, these allegations against me are very strong, and I will accept that the original agreement was if we
Thank
beat the
you.
Lynx.
Thank
But
you.
then you said if we go 2-0. We're currently 3-0 and at a remote show right now. So I feel
That
like the ball has now returned to you,
well,
and you now have severed the agreement
let
because
me
you're the one that said 2-0.
let
And
me
we've surpassed that. As well as I know you're purposely ignoring the chat, but everyone seems to be in favor of me right now.
listen.
Yeah,
If we
exactly.
beat the Sky, okay, wait, let me reply. Wait, let me go back because
It's okay.
scared man. I'm not scared. No, let me
It's
tell
okay.
you. No,
You sound
no.
a little scared.
I have the receipts. I'll put them in the chat. I will put the
What
link
receipts? I've
of it.
accepted that I was
No,
wrong originally.
no, because
And now,
I threw out the offer that if we won 2 in a row, you didn't accept that. You left me hanging and said I was making excuses. So I just assumed that that was dropped. If you had said, "Oh, deal," then I'd be
wow.
like, "Okay, cool." You didn't say that. It was
Wow.
just me on my lonesome. So,
See, guys.
listeners, would you, if it wasn't agreed upon, is it indeed a deal? I don't know. One could say it wasn't. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, people are against me. Scared man speaking. Wow, this is. I put the link in the chat. Okay, y'all can
Right.
check
No,
it
I
out
think
right
the
now.
thing must have been
Y'all
really
can
bad.
check it out right now.
Mm.
Mally, where do you stand on this?
You know, I feel very like in the middle right now. This is very difficult, but obviously I'm on Leah's side, and we want the
Still.
potatoes. Everyone in the chat wants the potatoes. Everyone in the Discord wants the potatoes. So while I don't like picking sides on things, there's a clear winner here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I told. If okay, what if I up the ante here? Okay, what if I up the ante here? Because there's a winner, but we'll never know, right? Because we'll never know. But
Okay.
if we beat, I didn't suffer living in Heidelberg for not to show my potato prowess. Okay, if we beat the Sky this weekend, I will ask to have my mama come and make these potatoes. Okay, it's
So
recorded.
no, hold on.
It's recorded.
Because listen,
It's
so
recorded.
you're so unconfident with your own potatoes that now you need to raise the stakes and bring someone else in to make your potatoes.
I gotta up the ante. I can't just push it back. What would you have me do? You make the
Wow.
potatoes? It wasn't. Listen, it was a
You're
cook-off.
crazy.
Leah, what
Your
is the
own
definite?
co-host.
I'm sorry. Let me look up the definition of a cook-off here. Because if it's just me cooking, I don't think that's a cook-off. I think that's Corbin making dinner. One second. Let me see what a cook-off is here. Just because
Oh
I want to
my
know.
gosh. Oh
Cook-off.
my
All
gosh.
right, ready? Oh, it's actually a movie made in 2007. But aside from that, let's see what a cook-off is.
I like Elizabeth's idea. Everyone makes potatoes after our next win.
Oh, that's actually a
Well,
good idea, Elizabeth.
I don't know how to like make. I mean, I'm 21 years old. I'm still learning how to cook here.
22. I just turned 22.
I
So
was making whole cheesecakes
I
at
feel like
20.
potatoes are a staple. If you don't know how yet, we need to start learning. This is
We need to
like
start
life
learning.
skills with the PHNX Mercury. Josh says if only there was a monthly event where we can meet up and share potatoes. I don't know if
What?
that's like an alluding to an event that I don't know about, but also
God,
I'm very pro monthly potatoes.
You know,
if
when
this is
when the PHNX bar opens up, we have to make sure there is a mashed potato dish,
Exactly.
and we are all gonna try it. But
yes,
I usually get Trader Joe's. They have some potatoes, like, and I can heat those up. Does that count, or do we have to like be making these from scratch?
You
Like,
know,
we
what
bring
is
our
the
favorite
process
frozen
here?
potatoes.
you just told on yourself. You could have put it in your own Tupperware and been like, "Yep, I made these. These are mine."
Okay, no, I do. I've done the stovetop potatoes, like I said, from Trader Joe's, either in the microwave or in the stove, or I've roasted them, put them in the oven. I just didn't know if you guys want me to be like cutting, like slicing the potatoes and seasoning them myself. But now it sounds like I can just buy some pre-made ones and then heat them up how I want to.
That's
So I
your
feel a little
that's
better.
your jam. Go for it.
Yeah, or do like the Hungry Jack, like cheesy scallop potatoes. One of us bring ribs. I'm sorry, now we're talking about a barbecue. Probably some liability issues. Bring home cooked food to Four Peaks. Yeah, how is the food at Four Peaks, Josh? We were talking about probably going there, but I don't
I
know.
went yesterday to Four Peaks. I met Josh there for the first time, which is super cool. But I just missed Chris. Chris was there, and I just missed her, which I'm sad. But we'll meet soon. Um, but Craig Morgan on our PHNX Coyotes podcast was
Shout out to Craig.
raving about the chicken tenders at Four Peaks. So there were like 6 of us who just ordered the chicken tenders.
I love
Some
chicken
of us
tenders.
got ranch, barbecue, buffalo. I was the only one who got buffalo sauce, but it was really good. And I can confidently say those were like the best chicken tenders I've had in a long time. So shout out Four Peaks.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, I'll
All
have
right.
to try it for myself because I love me some chicken tenders.
And next Wednesday, if you guys want to try the chicken tenders and hang out next Wednesday, we're having our NHL draft party with the PHNX Coyote squad back at Four Peaks next Wednesday. So come try the chicken tenders.
Yeah,
That'll
I'm
be
gonna have to do
dope.
that.
Oh, well, next time. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You know,
Corbin's backing out again, but anyway,
No, I'm not backing out.
that's a whole other story.
I will be away for the next 2 weeks. It's going to be
Tell
NBA
them
Summer
to
League.
Tell the crowd where you going.
I will be interning with the NBA for NBA Summer League from next week until about the week after. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you. So as such, I will not be able to make it to Four Peaks, at least immediately. But I can't wait to go with the rest of y'all and have some chicken tenders and talk potato strategy. Listen, Josh, I'm not either, but I am. I will order from the kids menu, no shame.
Me too.
Especially with this inflation.
Honestly.
Listen, man, if you have it, let's do it. And if you say no, okay, the worst you could say is no, right? So, yeah, NHL draft party, though, sounds super bomb. I hope y'all enjoy it for sure. And, yeah, I can't wait to try the chicken tenders. And I always order. That's one thing I do. Mal, you have to ask me, are you a dessert person at restaurants?
Am I a dessert person at restaurants? Of course.
Okay. Did you see the desserts that they had at Four Peaks? Because if they have a cookie, like, skillet at any restaurant, I will order it. No questions asked.
Me too. I didn't get to look at the dessert menu, but after the PHNX Sun show, they had these beer milkshakes, and Lindsay Smith did not want to have hers, so she gave hers to me. And everyone was hating on it, like, ew, why would you put beer in a milkshake? But I thought it was really good. It just tasted like whipped cream and beer. So that was kind of my dessert yesterday, and I liked it.
Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna have to test that.
I'll have to try this out next week. I might have to show up to this. I don't know anything about hockey, but I'll be there.
Yay!
There it is. That's cool. And I will be there in spirit, so I'm excited as well. Well, this is fun. Okay, so we established nothing for our potatoes, which is fine.
Right. So at the end of the day, I'm still right. And
the receipts are in the chat, so let the listeners decide once they read it. I'm just kidding. Everyone's decided to agree with you, Aaliyah. I will concede partial defeat. However, we didn't nominate Drip of the Week, but if I could nominate somebody, I would probably nominate myself last week. I wore this amazing... No, I'm just kidding. Who are we nominating for Drip of the Week, and Mallory?
I'm going to do... Who was it? Hold on.
Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Yes.
I think I tweeted from our PHNX Mercury account. Oh, you got your background on. We can't see.
Can't see anything. Thank you.
It's okay. I can pull it up. I don't have background
moment, like, yes.
It was, I mean, I love a good oversized blazer. I remember her shoes being fire too. I'm trying to pull it up as I'm talking, but it was definitely a fit. Yeah. And she comes with the fits every single game.
I give honorable mention to Diamond because she could put anything on and I would love her anyway. So
yeah,
Diamond.
Honorable mention. I like that. I think it's a tie between her and Coach Nygaard for me. Just always.
What is love for Nygaard, Corbin? Like,
listen, you guys hate Coach Nygaard, so I have to be the other person in the room. I just have to. We can all call for Coach Nygaard.
Yes, that's what I was. Yes, that was
nice.
The most recent game from.
I rocked on Fridays. That's a nice look.
Yesterday,
there was one from yesterday too. That one was good as well.
Yeah,
I love a good W fit. I think the WNBA fits are better than the NBA fits, in my opinion.
Easy. Yeah, I mean, like easily, rather, not easy. Easily they are. I agree 100%. Yeah, it's night and day. Like you have this runway show, and you have people just picking up what's in the back of their closet. It feels, oh, that's nice.
That was Skylar's outfit yesterday.
Okay.
You know, I kind of like Sam Thomas. Shout out University of
Yeah,
Arizona.
yeah.
Yeah, that's solid.
Those shorts were pretty cool.
For the valley.
Diamond had a nice fit going on too.
It's fire.
All of the
Always.
fits.
Always with it.
Yes, women's
That fire. Yeah. There's no argument there. There's no argument there. It's yeah, night and day. Wow. But yeah, we got our drip. By the way, draft party's Thursday.
Is it really?
Thursday,
Wait.
and apparently it's at the casino. So it's not at 4 p.m.
I'm just giving misinformation today, apparently.
And try out
I
this
doubt they have chicken tenders there.
Oh no, that draft party that you're talking about, Isaiah, is one that the Coyotes are putting on. Where PHNX we're doing ours at 4 p.m. Yes.
Cool.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, anyone have anything to close out? We had our drip session. You know, we had our potato rundown. We talked about Four Peaks cuisine. We got into the Mercury a little bit. Got our hot tea to start. I think it's been a pretty fun show.
Yeah, pretty solid. Go Merc. I hope we keep this winning streak going.
As always, thank you to all y'all in the chat. Always keeping it fun, engaging. I've not met any of y'all in person, but y'all like such welcome friends. I look forward to seeing every week. It's really cool to see. So thank y'all for sure. Yeah.
Yes, that meme was so good.
Oh man.
I just want to say, my dear Michaela, the social media queen, she is out of town in Colorado for the Colorado Avalanche parade, and so I was in charge of coming up with funny stuff today for social media. And I don't know how I thought about this. I think everyone was just saying Kevin Durant's name over and over again, and I was like, "Hi, Kevin," just came in my head. I remember that episode from SpongeBob, and yeah, now it's going off on Twitter. So that was like my first time doing motion graphics. So hopefully it came out good. Other people seem to be liking it, but shout out
Yeah, it was
SpongeBob.
great.
Awesome job.
It was great. Yes,
Go team.
Corbin, you got to get in the Discord. Come on, dude.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna get into the Discord. I'm gonna get in there now. Send me the. Well, I shouldn't say send me the link. I should know this already. I'll find it.
So
it's in Slack. Okay, there we go. I'll be in there. Sounds like a plan. But this has been fun, y'all. Listen, next week will be another amazing show with the amazing team. Hopefully, we have a couple of wins. I can't wait to tune in for sure. But until next time, y'all. For Mallory, for Aaliyah. Y'all the best. Go Mercury.